Hello aspirants, welcome back to the fascinating world of anthropology optional at SRIRAM's IAS. So friends, preparing for UPSC Civil Services examination is like entering a battlefield. So when we are entering a battlefield, we have to be very much cautious with the weapons. So imagine a soldier entering into the battlefield without having right weapons. So is it possible to get a victory? No, it is impossible to get a victory without having right weapons. So in the similar fashion, when you are entering into UPSC Civil Services preparation, choosing right books is very important, because without having a right set of books, it is impossible to achieve success, isn't it? So friends, in today's video, our major quest is to just know most of the important and ultimate set of books that are useful for preparing anthropology optional. So friends, myself, Dr. Suresh Guramkodla, I'm the faculty of anthropology at SRIRAM's IAS. So friends, let's try to decode and let's try to understand what are the important and ultimate book list for anthropology optional for UPSC Civil Services examination. So here, when we talk from the perspective of the significance of choosing right books, as I was just explaining you that, just look at this quote, wrong weapons can cost a battle, isn't it? So in the similar fashion, wrong books can cost an attempt. So that's why choosing important books are very much useful. So then first, if we talk from anthropology point of view, and if you are a beginner, then you can start with Kerala Board SCERT books. So anthropology books of class 11th and class 12th will help you a lot of very much in getting some sort of concepts clear. So anthropology class 1, class 11 textbook and anthropology class 12 textbook. So these books will help you to just get basic concepts clear. So as we know that in general studies also, NCERT books are prominent, isn't it? So here in the similar fashion, Kerala Board SCERT books also will help you to just enrich your basic understanding about the anthropology optional. So next, if you want to just enrich your knowledge and just if you want to know some more details about anthropology optional and in a systematic fashion, there is a book called as Anthropology by Ember and Ember. So this book systematically explains anthropology and it tries to create a curiosity about anthropology optional. So this book has well curated concepts and it is a must-read book. So after reading Kerala Board SCERT anthropology books. So then if we talk from the perspective of paper 1, so physical anthropology is one of the important section in paper 1. So physical anthropology, which is also known as biological anthropology. So in physical anthropology or biological anthropology, we will be systematically studying about various biological aspects about human beings. So it could be starting from cell to human genetics and all those things we'll be studying in this particular section. So for getting good knowledge about the physical anthropology, one best reference that you can just pick is Physical Anthropology by P. Nath. So this is a wonderful book which takes you to the fascinating world of physical anthropology. So where you can learn most of the important things and most of the important concepts which have been specifically mentioned in the syllabus of anthropology optional. So this book is a beautiful book which you can refer and which you can cover the entire syllabus in a systematic fashion. Then apart from this, if you want to enrich your knowledge about anthropology optional, particularly the physical anthropology, then you can also pick the Outlines of Physical Anthropology by B.M. Das. So this is a book which can enrich your knowledge with respect to physical anthropology. So one golden book that you can choose for physical anthropology is P. Nath. Right? So Physical Anthropology by P. Nath. So in this particular book, as I was saying you can learn various aspects starting from human evolution and human genetics, human development, human adaptations, so demography as well as the primatology sections also. So this is a beautiful book. So next, if you just think about anthropological theories. So thinkers, thoughts and anthropological theories is one another important section. So when we talk from socio-cultural anthropology point of view. So there is a book called as History of Anthropological Thought by V.S. Upadhyay and Gaya Pandey. So this Upadhyay and Pandey book, it is one another important and the best book that you can pick for anthropological thoughts, theories and thinkers. So it systematically contains information related to various thinkers, various thoughts as well as various schools of thoughts. So that is one important thing. Then apart from that, there is another book written by Makanja, that is An Introduction to Anthropological Thought. So this book is also one another important book, but amongst these two you can just opt for any of the book of your choice based upon your interest. So you can just go to the market, you can just pick the book and you can find, if you find the language lucid and simple, then you can just pick the book. So nevertheless, both of the books are very good. So comparatively, if you ask me a suggestion, then I'll suggest you to proceed with the Upadhyay and Pandey. So that is one thing. So then if we talk from the perspective of socio-cultural anthropology. So in socio-cultural anthropology, there are certain books like In Search of Ourselves, An Introduction to Socio-cultural Anthropology by Naresh Kumar Vaid. So NK Vaid. So you can pick this book or you can pick another book, that is Introduction to Social Anthropology by Makanja. This is another book. And apart from this, there is other book called as An Introduction to Social Anthropology by D.N. Majumdar and Madan. So Madan and Majumdar is one standard reference book that you can just pick for the socio-cultural anthropology. So here, if you want to just be exam specific, or if you want to have accurate information and more relevance towards the civil services examination, then you can just proceed with In Search of Ourselves, An Introduction to Socio-cultural Anthropology by Naresh Kumar Vaid. So this is one book that you can help you in covering syllabus systematically. So then if you see from the perspective of other important section in physical paper 1, Applied Anthropology in India. So Applied Anthropology by Dr. L.P. Vidyarthi. So Applied Anthropology by Dr. L.P. Vidyarthi, it systematically furnishes a lot of information related to applied anthropology. So just pick this book. So it will be definitely helpful for you in advancing and in enriching your knowledge. So that's one another important resource. So friends, these are some of the important books with respect to the paper 1. So if you just try to summarize whatever the things that we have learned now. So in paper 1, so one important thing is that you can start your preparation with Kerala Anthropology SCERT books. So these are very, very good resources to start your preparation. Then you can just enter to the Anthropology by Ember and Ember, where you can develop a kind of curiosity about the subject. Then for physical anthropology, you can choose Pinath or B.M. Das, so preferably Pinath. And then for An Introduction to Anthropological Thought by Makanja or Upadhyay and Pandey. So you can just orient towards Upadhyay and Pandey in this also. And then An Introduction to Socio-cultural Anthropology, so by Madan and Majumdar, or you can pick the book by, that is In Search of Ourselves, that is written by Naresh Kumar Vaid. So this is one thing. So amongst these two also, the In Search of Ourselves will be one important thing that you can pick. So then, like for applied anthropology, you can refer L.P. Vidyarthi as we have discussed. So apart from this, if you want to enrich your knowledge about anthropology optional, so if you want to pick some of the important case studies, if you want to pick some of the important examples, and if you want to just delve more into anthropology optional, so there you can refer IGNOU MA Anthropology material, which is a very good source for picking up information. So that is one another important thing. So then if you want to enrich your knowledge with respect to anthropological theories, so there is one blog that is like University of Alabama's anthropology blog. So you can just pick and you can just learn and enrich your anthropological theories concepts from this particular blog also. And then if you see, if you want to enrich your knowledge about human genetics, so there is a university called as Utah. So Utah is one of the state in United States of America. So in Utah, University, with our university's website, you can find about human genetics in a systematic fashion. So that is one another thing. So apart from this, if you want to enrich your knowledge about archaeology or archaeological anthropology, and if you want to know something more about the anthropology, so there you can also refer Anthropological Survey of India. So that is one thing, and apart from that, archaeological department things also you can refer. So these are nothing but some of the important resources for covering anthropology optional. Is it clear? Now let's try to just move towards paper 2. So what are the important book list, or what is the ultimate book list for paper 2? So this is another important thing. So as I've discussed with you already, so in paper 2 we'll be systematically studying about Indian anthropology, and we'll be systematically studying about tribal anthropology. Do you remember that? So friends, for covering some of the important sections of Indian anthropology, so there is a book called as Indian Anthropology by Nadeem Hasnain. So Professor Nadeem Hasnain, so he has beautifully written and he has authored this particular book, that is Indian Anthropology by Nadeem Hasnain. So this book beautifully mentions and highlights the various portions of Indian anthropology. So you can just pick this and it will be definitely helpful for you. And then if you want to enrich the concepts after reading this particular book, then you can move on to Indian Anthropology by R.N. Sharma. So this is another important book where you can enrich your knowledge. So nevertheless, it is a must-read book for you, that is Indian Anthropology by Nadeem Hasnain. So this is one important thing that you have to remember. And then if you move towards the tribal anthropology section, so there is a book called as Tribal Anthropology by again Nadeem Hasnain. So this is another important book that you must and should refer to enrich your knowledge about the tribal people who are residing in India. So there are so many concepts that we have to learn about the tribal people. So learning about the tribal people is one among the important sections in anthropology, because in anthropology, we not only study about the contemporary societies, rather what we will do, so we'll be studying about the primitive societies as well. So when we try to understand about the primitive societies, then it is very much important for us. It is very simple for us to know about the contemporary societies, because we can reconstruct them and we can reconnect them, and that's how we can learn about the society. So then if we talk from the perspective of the other sections, so in paper 2 we will also study systematically about some prehistoric times like Paleolithic, Mesolithic, Neolithic and Harappan time, or like post-Harappan time. So all such kind of time periods we'll be studying, because anthropology is all about systematic study of man in time and space, isn't it? Do you remember that? So in time, when we talk about time, so we'll study about the prehistoric times, the ancient times, medieval times, modern times and contemporary times. So that is one thing. So here an Indian prehistory by D.K. Bhattacharya. So Professor D.K. Bhattacharya has written this book, and it is one important book, that is an outline of Indian prehistory. So you can refer this to enrich your knowledge about the various aspects related to prehistoric times. So that is one thing. So this is also one another must-read book. So you have to remember this. And then to summarize some of the books that we have gone through here is that for paper 2, so for Indian anthropology, Nadeem Hasnain. So then for tribal India, Nadeem Hasnain again. And then for the tribal culture of India, you can refer L.P. Vidyarthi. So where you can learn more into the insights about the tribal cultures. And then an outline of Indian prehistory by D.K. Bhattacharya. So if you want to learn more and more, and if you want to enrich your knowledge about some more aspects, so you can refer the fossil evidence by B.M. D.K. Das also. So that is one thing. Then we have Zaza committee report. So Zaza committee or Kaka committee report, so it is being given by Vazenius Kaka. So this report is a beautiful source from where you can just get a lot of case studies, examples, data, facts about tribal people. So this is another must read and reference for tribal anthropology, and particularly that is known as Kraka committee report. So that is one thing. So there is other thing also written by Vazanias Gaka, that is state, society and tribes. So this, if you want, you can just refer. It's not a must-read thing. So then, like if you see from the perspective of Yojana, in 2014, so January edition has been released. So this January edition of Yojana, it specifically talks about the tribals and marginalized communities. So you can just pick that and you can just keep into your book list. So then, like Ministry of Tribal Affairs, so it is very, very important for you to periodically check the Ministry of Tribal Affairs for some of the updated information related to, be it could be the schemes, be it could be the welfare programs, or be it could be further advancements and developments with respect to the tribals, and what are the various efforts done by government in upbringing the tribal. So this is one website that you have to refer on periodic basis. Then, like we have one PDF, that is Tribal Faces of India. So this PDF also you can refer for enriching and gaining information about the tribal people. So that is one thing. So this is one another important thing. So friends, so this is all from my side for today, and try to just keep this book list with you for clearing UPSC Civil Services examination with anthropology as an optional, because you have already understood that anthropology is a game changer in your UPSC Civil Services mains examination. So keep right weapons with you, that is right book list with you, so that you can achieve your intended success. So this is all from my side for today, and if you have any further doubts with respect to anthropology optional, or if you are facing any difficulties in anthropology optional, so you can just connect with me through by registering through the link given in the description box. That is one-to-one mentorship for anthropology optional guidance. So that's all from my side today. So thank you all. We'll meet in next video with other important and interesting topics. So thank you all.